everybody, it is time for another review, and today we are doing another review on a Vevor product. I actually love this brand. I have a lot of their like heat presses and all their other kind of stuff of this brand, and then a couple other things, but we are going to do an unboxing of this, and let's just dig into it. So here is the top of the box, so we're just gonna dig in and unbox it, but here we go. So I'm gonna try to share with you guys more what's in it. But if you guys don't know, this is a boot dryer, and I am super excited to open one of these. So last year I had to borrow my neighbor's boot dryer so many times because my son's boots were soaking wet from all the snow and the rain, and I'm like, can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can you borrow it? Well, then I got an opportunity to do a review for this, so I am like super ecstatic for it. The only thing is, right now it is it's the first couple days of fall, and we're not getting snow for at least another month or so. So it's kind of hard to do a review on a boot dryer in the middle of summer / fall. So I have some shoes that I really do need to wash, and I hate putting them in the dryer because they make that that banging noise. And then I also don't like letting them air dry because they take forever and all that stuff. So here it is. It's kind of cool. This is a lot different than what I'm used to, but it looks like there's like 4 different spots that you can put shoes or boots. You don't have to just use, you know, one or the other, but I kind of like it. There's an option where you can do a heat or no heat. Here is like the degrees that you want it to, or is this a timer? I'm assuming it's a timer to have it. And then they have the ozone, which I am not very familiar with the ozone, but I am pretty excited for it. Another thing that they have are these, which I honestly don't really know what these are for. I have to figure out that. But one thing I did know is these lift right up. So if you need to extend them up higher, you just extend them, and then they kind of just go right back in here, just like that. So you can extend the boot things to that. But let me figure out what these are. Okay, so these are actually the feet. When you have it on, or how you want to have it where it doesn't like get knocked over, you can have it, and then these feet actually just kind of rotate right back inside. So it's kind of cool. So you can have this prevented from like getting knocked over. So we got it plugged in. I have my crappy shoes that I need to wash, so I'm gonna wash these. And then again, you can turn it on. So here it is. That's how loud it is. You have the option of heat or no heat. So if you guys ever need like your shoes just kind of warmed up in the morning, like before you go outside, you can kind of do that. I feel air when I have it lifted up, but I'm not feeling anything, but we will test it out either way. But I like it how it gives you 4 options, or it kind of gives you 4 options, because you have it for like little shoes like this, and then you have it for big boots like this. So that's one thing I really like. And then yes, this is the timer for it, so then you guys can kind of know what it is per that. And I like it how you have the no heat or no heat option. So what I'm going to do is wash my shoes in the washing machine. I got my dirty pair of shoes. I know those are gross, but they haven't been washed ever. So I'm going to wash these shoes, and then my son's shoes just reek, and I need to wash them. So we're going to wash those 2 pairs of shoes, and then we will come back and see how long this takes to dry. Okay, so my shoes didn't get as clean as I wanted them to, but they are completely soaked. So I'm going to put these ones in the smaller tubes. Now I have these, sorry, my son just got home. I have these in the smaller tubes. So we got my checkered shoes right there, and then we got my son's nasty shoes right here. And I feel like his shoes are going to actually dry up faster than mine. So we're just gonna put these both on. I kind of like it how you have like a 2-way street of picking what size you want it to be, but they fit perfectly fine. You could probably have them like that too, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do, let's do 30 minutes and see how much these do. So I have the timer set for 30 minutes. The time is now 3:38. So we will see how fast these can do it. I have it as heat, I think the heat's on. If not, we'll just see how it goes, but we're testing it out. Okay, so I had the timer on for 30 minutes, and this is actually what these feet do. So when you're drying, it drips down and then it goes right into this hole, and then this is water right here. So it drips into the little pouches. So make sure you guys have the feet out when you are drying. So I'm gonna tell you, this is where there's no heat and this is where there's heat. I had it on for like 10 minutes for the heat, and then I had it on for about 20 minutes with the no heat. Do I feel a difference in this shoe? I felt a little bit of air, not in here. These are still wet, so you're gonna have to have them on. I mean, I think they want you to have it on the full 180 minutes. So I'm gonna have these on for the full 180 minutes. I don't like heating up shoes unless I absolutely have to, but I think heating it up might dry them a little bit better. So I'm going to continue letting these air dry, but that's what those feet are for. The ozone, I think, is just something to get like a smell out of them. My husband has something that's an ozone thing, and it really gets like a smell out. So that means if you have really stinky feet, stinky shoes, I think that's what you use that for. But I'm going to continue keeping this on for like another, let's just do 90 minutes. That's how loud the sound is, and then I am going to keep it without the heat on because I don't really need the heat. But we're going to continue drying the shoes. You can tell my Vans are a little bit more soaking wet than my son's shoes are, but let's continue drying them up. Okay, so I put the hour timer on, and my shoes are still soaking wet in the fronts. They're still soaking wet. So what I just did is after that hour, so technically I had the checkered shoes in the front for an hour and a half, and they didn't do anything. I don't know if these are just supposed to be just for air. I have no idea. I feel air coming out of it, but my son's shoes are pretty like dry. I mean, they're still a little damp on the heel and everything, but they feel like really dry. So that's a good thing. So what I did is I switched to my shoes gonna be on here, and I'm gonna have this go for another hour, and then we'll come back and check it out. But so far, I mean, I like it. I really like how they have this like little drip thing in here. That's the thing that I like the most. You just gotta make sure like you clean it up when you're done. But let's cook these on for another hour and see how well they go. Okay, we are back an hour later, and this shoe, majority of it is dry, like the heel's just not dry, so I could flip the thing. But this shoe is dry. You can see it's dry. This one is still wet. It's 100% wet. My son's shoes are pretty much dry. They are dry. I didn't wet your shoes. The only thing is just the heel's a little bit wet because that's where the air was not hitting it. But so far these did an awesome job. I just have to figure out what went wrong with this part if this is not working. But otherwise, I just didn't have it set on correctly. But I'm going to come back again in the morning. It is bedtime right now. And we will see what is going on with this shoe if I just didn't have it installed right. But hopefully they dry out. So we will see. But otherwise, this did a really good job on the dryer. So if you guys are interested in this, I will have a link below for you guys to check it out. But great dual boot dryer that you guys can use. This is perfect, especially with having 2 kids, because I will have 2 kids with wet boots over the winter.